Here we go. This is still domain 2. So algebra and patterns. Competency 5005. Teacher understand the attributes of function, relation, and the graph. So under that, there's a D, identifies and analyze even and add function. Okay. Even and odd function, one-to-one function, inverse function, and graph. So which statement is true? It seems that we're going to focus on odd and even. Let's review first. So let's start with add function. Add function means the equation or function is raised to the power of odd numbers. Okay, here we go. Let's focus on this. So let's say y equals x. That's imaginary one there. That's odd number. So the graph of that is basically like this. Y equals x to the cube. So the graph of that, y equals x to the fifth, and so on. X to the fifth and all odd numbers, it looks like this. Okay. Now, what does this mean? Okay. So if I'm going to analyze the graph, let's use first the linear equation. My x here is positive, my y is positive. Here, my x is positive, negative, and my y is negative. That makes add, okay? On the right, on the x cubed, my x here is positive, my x is positive, and this is also a positive y. My x is negative, and this is also a negative y. Same thing here, positive and negative. So now, how do we know if it's even? So even functions are function that either both end of the graph are positive or negative. I'm going to repeat. I said both end of the graph are positive or negative. If you notice on the odd function, one positive, one negative, okay? Let me give you an example. Y equals x squared. The graph of that, okay, doesn't look like a U shape. The graph of that is parabola, okay? That's that's an even function. Y equals absolute value of x. The graph of that looks like this. So sometimes they are negative, okay? Y equals negative x squared. So the graph of this, it's like this. Or y equals negative absolute of x. So the graph of this is like this. So both of them is either positive going up or negative going down. Okay. So that's the odd and even. Okay. So now that's the, let's go on with the topic. Let's go on. First number or first letter. It says f of x, letter A. Letter A. It says f of x is x cubed. and they said it's even. So again, x cubed, the graph is this. So x cubed is an odd function. So this is not the answer. They said it's even. It's not an even. Now, letter B. F of x is x cubed is an odd. They said it's in an odd, which is true. This is an odd. Again, they said here it's even. It's not the answer. So it looks like that's the answer. Looks like, no? Letter C. The graph of absolute value of x, they said it's odd. No, that's not true. Because the graph looks like this. So this is even. Okay? So this is not true. Next, letter D. They said that f of x is an x squared. It's quadratic. Okay? This is even. Okay? The graph looks like this. They said it's odd. So the answer is letter B. Okay, I hope you understand what's an odd and even function. Okay, same thing, domain 2, competency 5005. Letter E, applies basic transformation. Okay, basic transformation of, let's say, k of f of x plus k, f parenthesis x minus k, f parenthesis 5 k times x, or f absolute value f of x to a parent function of f and describe the effect of the graph. Okay, so parent function. Parent function is the original function. Okay, so here we go. So let number 8, it says here for y is equals to f of x. Okay, that's the other way. So y is the same as f of x. What does y equals f of x minus 3? Okay, so this is the same as writing y equals x minus 3. So what does this mean? Okay, now let's look at the parent function first. Let me draw this. Let me draw the graph. Okay, change the color. Parent function is y equals x. That's a parent function. It's a linear. Okay, so the graph of that is basically just, that's the parent function. Okay, this is your x and that's your y. Now they said when x is minus 3, so what does this mean? So I'm going to solve this algebraically. X minus 3 equals x minus 3 equals 0. I'm going to add 3. So x is equals to 3. So this means that I'm going to move 3 times to the right. Is positive 3. 1, 2, and 3. So now my new graph is a linear, which is y equals x minus 3 looks like this. So what happened there? It shifted to the right. It went from 0 going to the right. Shift to the right by 3. So let's look at the question, the choices here. Shift to the left, it's not. Shift to the right, yes. Shift up, no. Shift down, no. The answer is letter B. Okay.